Before we start the video, I want you to subscribe to the best Telegram channel at the first link in the description, where we show our earnings on cryptocurrencies, and not only, our capital that we manage is more than $3 million. Here you will find only the most useful. Thanks for subscribing. Also in the description is a links to verified exchangers, when you register on which, you get a welcome bonus from me. Let's get to the video. Friends, January 23rd was exactly 9 years since Vitalik Buterin presented the concept of Ethereum cryptocurrency top 2, and in March of this year we are waiting for Shanghai update, which, if everything goes according to the bull's plan, can return the rate to $2,500 and more. Let's break it down. A major blockchain update is always a good reason for the price to rise, and in March at Ethereum, it could happen, and if, along with it, we see a repeat of the Bitcoin price rebound story, as we did in 2019, then even with the downsizing, we can easily predict a potential rise above $2,500, or 200% of the current bottom. I am not giving financial advice, and any decision you have to make for yourself, but I am ready to tell you the latest news regarding the top 2 cryptocurrencies and share my opinion on under what conditions the price of Ether can really make you significantly happy. Let's start with the data on Ethereum futures. They went into neutral zone, although before that traders were betting on further decline. This is a signal that the market is waiting for growth. I have looked at various forecasts and some traders still remain bearish, but this is a very local story with a decline to the $1,450 area, and from there, they think it will start to rise as well. Good news for long-term investors. There is a recent rise in popularity in a number of NFT projects, which has made Ether deflationary again. This means that the combustion mechanism is destroying more coins every day than the validators generate. This practice is not constant and is highly dependent on the level of blockchain load, which in turn affects transaction fees. Ethereum users don't like this either, because the network is once again becoming a blockchain for the richest who are able to pay huge commissions. In some places they are deservedly huge compared to other blockchains, but as I said before, it is very good for the long-term investor that the supply of Ethereum in the market is decreasing. The number of coins burned is already approaching 3 million, and after further updates to the network, deflationary processes could accelerate significantly. There is also bad news. We agreed with you to be objective and weigh all factors. So, the activity of Ethereum network developers, if you look at the number of new smart contracts, dropped by 60% in January, compared to the same period last year. In general, it is enough to look where the price was a year ago and now to understand where the enthusiasm of developers of new projects has disappeared. And also, it is worth adding that then very many retain the mood to continue growth after the correction. Now, on the contrary, all disguised in costumes of bears and do not rush to launch anything new, as long as they will not be sure in the end of this very bear market, just for the reason that token rate of such projects will be many times lower. And don't forget that Ethereum is sure to be top 1 by amount of blockchain money, and also, that this is the project that gives us all the successful innovations in the crypto industry. In our most anticipated event, the Shanghai update, there was a shadow fork to test it, which I wrote about in our Telegram channel. Who wants to be the first to know the main crypto news? The link right below the video. There I create cool and useful content every day without weekends. What is a shadow fork? It's essentially testing an update in a sandbox where no one noticed anything and the developers got the information they needed. As noted in their statement, there were synchronization issues with one of the clients, which led to a loss of consensus for a while, but everything was fixed. Also, in the test network, several malicious nodes will be launched on purpose to try to break the blockchain. All of these actions will allow future upgrades in the main network without disruptions. In it will be clear from what the results of the test will be, whether the developers will have time to conduct the Shanghai in March this year or they will need more time. The Shanghai update itself is very important for the top 2 cryptocurrencies, because there are more than 16 million Ethereum coins in staking, but it is impossible to withdraw them from there, and for this very reason, after the event itself, the price can both rise and fall a lot. Let's discuss in the second part what is connected to what. First of all, it is worth saying about the general background around Ethereum. and it will completely depend on Bitcoin. If in 2019, during the rise of Bitcoin from $3,000 to $14,000, we saw a plus of 300% on Ether, and now to reach the level of 2,000 and 2,500, we also cannot do without the help of the first cryptocurrency. I would like to point out that the configuration of the crypto market has changed, and now we should not expect an exact repeat in terms of Bitcoin or Ether share in the market, as well as other metrics. It is safe to say that top altcoins can expect increased demand. That is, Bitcoin will only need to reach the notional 25, max 27,000 for us to see a $2,000 breakout on Ether. Will that happen now? It's hard to say, because a lot depends on the stock market situation and the Fed's rate decision. Also, the crypto industry is not over with the bankruptcy stories, but with numerous indicators pointing just to the fact that we should not wait for another drop below $20,000, and that the bottom has indeed been passed. Now, they are joined by the monthly RSI chart that crypto analyst Plan B likes to track so much, now specifically on Shanghai, the very fact that the update is a plus to the price, especially if the market is bullish. That said, right on the day it happens, we could get a sell-off of 15% or more in the usual pattern, buy on rumor and sell on news, but more importantly, we will get a large amount of Ether, which can be on the market at one moment. After all, it was launched long before the transition to the stake algorithm, and all this time it was impossible to withdraw the deposit, which is a minimum of 32 Ether, which is needed to start the validator node. Could anyone have been disappointed in Ether during that time, especially after its price dropped 80% from its peak? Of course they did, especially if the person was buying that 32 Ethereum for staking, for about $3,000. So it's very important what the mood of crypto investors will be during the Shanghai update. If the market maintains a bullish reversal, then we will not see an outflow of deposits after the update, and even more, there will be new ones willing to become validators, because sending your funds into the market without the possibility of withdrawing them is actually a risk that I personally am not comfortable with, and many people may think so. And the flip side of that is if Bitcoin doesn't support the market and the price of Ether remains below $1,800 by the update, with the threat of falling back to $1,000, in that case, current validators may rush en masse to withdraw and sell Ether, not even because they no longer believe in Vitalik, but Aaron and the company, but for the reason of having time to sell now and then buy cheaper. And there is another threat here: if the withdrawal of coins from staking is really massive, there will be a risk of blockchain slowdowns and even failures, which may cause a certain level of anxiety, and convince even more people to sell the asset here and now. For anyone who found this video helpful in understanding the Shanghai update and what will happen to the price of Ether in the coming months, support the channel with a like, and to make sure you don't miss a new video, click the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, your Cryptanic.